Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for tuning back in. It's Monday morning and we are back in the unit. Now this week, well today actually, what we're going to be doing, I've got some paperwork here we've got to get started. We have got to take a run up to Watford. I've got to go and see one of our suppliers. Then later on tonight, we've got some night work over on the M25, which we're doing. So hopefully, if all well and good, you can tag along to that. Fucking hell, cameraman. You got one job. Do I look fucking happy? We've got some traffic cameras over there. We've got to prep and get ready. So yeah, we've got a full-on day today. So stay tuned. Beer, crisps, peanuts. Sit down, relax, enjoy the show. You have got your first night shift tonight.
I have.
How do you actually feel about that?
I feel quite good, to be honest.
I need to point out he isn't actually working because technically, I don't think you're actually allowed to physically work. So you're there in sort of a
Supervisor.
observer capacity.
Okay. I'm doing my 18th. I've got that at the end of the month, so...
He's doing his first year apprentice and he's sitting his 18th edition. I don't understand how that works, because I've never heard that before. Normally you do your 18th at the end of all your training. His college, they're sitting him on his 18th in his first year. I have no idea, and it's a proper 18th edition exam, isn't it?
Yeah, proper.
I don't understand how they're doing it.
They've apparently slotted me in with the other people who are meant to be doing it the final year.
I don't understand, I've never heard that before. Leave it in the comments if that is commonplace in training today, because I've never heard that before, where he sits his 18th in year one.
Let's see.
I got a letter from the claimant's insurance company. Oh, you haven't heard about any of this. Our HIAB was involved in a crash the other day. A bad one. It wasn't a nice one. No, I mean all crashes are bad, but this was a particularly bad one. Basically saying, "Dear sir, we've seen the dash cam footage. It's not pretty. Don't bother wearing any pants and bring a tub of grease because you're going to need it." That's essentially what it said. Actually, we might run down there and you can have a look at the Transit. It's in the garage with an insurance assessor. An insurance assessor is looking at it today to see whether it's worth repairing. I've got a feeling it probably isn't, but we'll see. So,
You know someone's posing to be you on TikTok?
probably.
They've got like 3,000 followers. They upload every single YouTube video you upload. They're like the first account that comes up. But yeah,
The whole lot's fake. Motherfuckers. How do I report that?
you just claim like, oh, this is my business.
Lil sent you a message. Now that's much more interesting. That's fucking mad. I refuse to use TikTok because it's just a cesspit of everything I don't
Rubbish.
like. I don't know, how do you report it? I would have to set up an account myself.
I mean, claim that it's yours.
Oh, fuck, all right, okay. Yeah, all right, I'll just open a TikTok account. Fuck. We're never doing TikTok at college or anything. He's just like bop, 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 get it done quick. So yeah, overall, I'm super happy.
Brilliant, thanks Tom. This is as simple as that. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Hi, obviously you know me, I'm Charlie Roberts, the apprentice. I've been told to give a tour of our new unit because obviously you haven't seen it yet. So I'll give you a brief little tour, show you what it's about and how it operates. So this is our new unit. These are the cameras for when we're doing cameras tonight. So we've got these ready, put up, but yeah, come take a look. Tom has got his own little workshop, his own little MOT garage, little setup, everything's ready. We got his bike, unfortunately, he doesn't do much on it because it needs repairing, but hopefully he can get that back up, teaching me how to ride it, and see, hopefully. Ah, soon come you'll get used, soon come. You're all mine. Over here we've got his parts, all the bits and bobs, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then kitchen, this is where I spend most of my time, either sweeping up the floor, cleaning dishes, but recently we've been able to get a dishwasher, so it saves me a lot of time. And Tom loves these, by the way, absolutely loves these. It's protein bars. Got to get the protein in for gym. Over here, that's just rubbish. And we've got Tom over here, he's working hard as usual. This cupboard's a bit of a mess. I was meant to sort this out, but in there, we've got the cameras and the cones, all for highway, railway, so bit of a mess, but it does the job, doesn't it? Here's our storage. So we've got the shelves, try and make it as neat as possible. Obviously, you've got people dumping stuff in here, JE especially, so it's a bit hard keeping it tidy. But yeah, we've got everything in here and that's pretty much it. Small little unit, but it does the job, doesn't it? So gives us everything we need.
I'll see you tonight, yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck my life.
That's Jack's new horn. He's just installed that bit. All of them have installed new horns in their vans for high up, everything. So it's a bit of a competition around here. Who's got loudest horn? Do you know what the best feeling is, though? Is when you're switching them off and then you just go one and after another, after another, after another. To me, that's the best feeling ever. So here, we've got them all arranged. So this is 25mm hospital size.
Charlie, the fuck are you doing?
I'm just showing them my
I
unit.
leave him alone. I swear to God, you're no better. I leave him alone with you, and this is what goes on.
I'm just showing them our organisation.
Your organisation.
Oh yeah, my organisation.
My organisation. Well, they get close. It is actually quite interesting, though. All
And we got the
beautifully organised.
aubergine logo as well.
I don't know where those came from. Where did the aubergines come from? I can't remember. Everything's got an aubergine on it. I actually don't know why. Because I've almost passed my 18th edition. I'm a big guy. I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Fucking C1 zesty. Yeah.
Did I just hear you talking about me? C1 Zesty.
C1 zesty. That's what he's called. C1 zesty. That's his name.
I meant J is J1.
Is that how it is?
And then we got Mr. Big.
I am Mr. Big. Apparently, Nagy in Hungarian means big. So I'm just Mr. Big. So we've got some night work we're doing tonight over at Limehouse, and there's some other night work going on over in Thurrock, over on the M25. So just in preparation for that, I'm just running to one of our suppliers now to pick up some materials. Right, we are now here, so let's go inside and see Ryan and see if he's got... I haven't actually asked him for any of the bits, which I'm hoping he's got on the shelf. So let's go and find out. God, fuck, I'm so tired. Let's see what we got. All right, I was working a night shift last night, so I finished that and then I've come in here and I'm now... I'll take as many as you've got, really, to be honest. That's the ones. That's the kiddo, yeah? Yeah, however many of those you got, I'll have them.
20.
That'll do.
Help you out.
Yeah. These are for a job in Limehouse we've got. So it's some lights we've got to fit on a platform, but we've got a load of window brackets, we've got to fit some strut above a footbridge. I'll see if I can get a photo there. That's quite difficult to get content there, but these are going to be bolted with a piece of strut and then a light fitting goes on top. I'm trying to visualize it like this so you can see, but actually this does nothing for you. So I'm going to see if I can get a photo overlaid here of it. So that'll be enough to get the boys started. Got some end caps. I'm now going to go home. I think I'm going to get a couple of hours sleep. Next scene you see will be, it'll be dark actually. That's the next scene. Is this one of your perverted attempts at humour? Because it's too late for that.
How you feeling?
How am I feeling? This is the face of a man that does not want to be standing on the edge of the M25 at fucking 11:30 at night. Knobhead. Sorry, let me try and pretend to have some enthusiasm. All right, everybody, it is about 11 p.m. So we are out on the edge of the M25. We're over in Thurrock. We've got a load of traffic cameras which we're upgrading on the this arterial roundabout, which we're doing tonight. So there's a traffic management company, they're setting out the TM for us tonight. So they're literally doing it now so we can jump onto the road in about a quarter of an hour. So we're going to let those boys set all their signs and cones out. Once they've done that, we'll then literally just come behind them, swapping out these cameras, and hopefully the rain will hold off. I'm cold and tired and I'm really trying my hardest, all right? So, and please bear in mind, like you're at home with your beer and your crisps and peanuts and you're in a warm room and your wife's probably cooking your tea, all right? I'm out here with him, all right?
What's wrong with me?
There's actually two on that roundabout to do, so yeah, just drive between the cones and we'll reverse in.
Few inches later.
This is a shit junction to pull out of. There he goes. Right, so we're working right where Dan is. He's just setting up now in front of us. So we're just going to nip in and join him inside that TM over there. Fucking hell, cameraman. You got one job. Do I look fucking happy? No. Fucking sort your shit out. Nah, we got 10 of these. We got 10 of these ones to go in. In fact, it's those ones right there on that column. I think they're a lower resolution camera or something, and these are a high res one. We just got to swap them over. I'm not feeling bad at the moment, but come about 4:30, we'll have the same conversation and we'll see how bright-eyed and bushy-tailed I'm feeling. I'm going with not very. So the cameraman just asked an interesting question. What's the worst experience I've had doing this? The scariest experience, we were doing some night work in Plymouth and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And when you're up in the bucket, obviously you can't control what happens on the ground. You've got no say over anything that happens. And all our TM was all laid out like it is now. There's a truck waiting for us. And this Donny, I don't know, he was on his phone or drunk, I don't know. And he literally, I swear to God, I'm not lying. If this is actually a classic example. He literally was like driving towards us and he just misjudged it. He proceeded, I swear to God, he just ploughed. It was in like a Vauxhall Zafira, some shitbox car. Kind of like that one. And he just literally took out every single cone right next to us. Cones flying everywhere. Missed us, didn't hit us. But literally, because these bases separate, if you hit them hard enough, the base separates. So the red piece just flies up in the air and the base stays on the ground. So I just cones, everything, going everywhere. That was scary, because you could see it coming before it happened. And of course you can't do anything up there. You just got to sort of hope for the best. It does happen, you just try to mitigate it as much as possible. Shut the fuck up. So what we've done, actually just changed tack a little bit. Rather than two of us be over there, seeing as we've got two cherry pickers here tonight, Dan's over there doing the cameras on that side of the island. I might as well get started on this side of the island doing these ones. So we'll go up and do these now. I know I said in last week's content that I'm working on the business rather than in it, and now what you're seeing is me working in the business, but it's like there's a bit of a balancing act of, you know, I spend 4 days a week behind a desk and 1 day on site, which actually is a nice balance, although I don't particularly enjoy this right now, I must say. What are you staring at, love? You never seen a man in a cherry picker with a cameraman? Right, this is traditionally the point where I drop the tiny bolts. A cameraman's hand, that's always handy. I must admit, there is a certain satisfaction seeing one of my cherry pickers over there doing something else. I don't know how many people understand that, but that does... Shut up, Tom, no one cares.
Go on, tell us.
That's alright. You couldn't care less. You're just here for the money. I've met people like you. What the fuck am I doing? Tired. Okay. Be replaced with a bigger one. I wonder how the boys at Limehouse are getting on. Jack, how you getting on, mate? Only Dan is connected. That means Jack has run out of battery. Shocker.
We're here, the station's shutting at 11:20 again, so we're just going to get everything set up and ready to go.
Do you think you'll be able to manage without those materials I fucked up there? I wouldn't mind. I bought them all, put them in my truck earlier today, and I just forgot to... I don't know. I fucked up there, mate. Sorry. My mistake.
Yeah, we'll be alright. The plan is to get 3 completely done today, so going to need 6 brackets. Yeah, I think it'll be fine, mate. It'll be totally fine.
Okay. That's one done. The reason they're installing these is, do you remember in the last piece of content I was talking about yellow box cameras? Well, this is exactly that. Because the problem they're having with this roundabout, so if you look at that junction there, these yellow boxes, right? What's happening is that in rush hour, people are so impatient, they're just stopping on the yellow box. And because these lights stay red for quite a long time, because they have to let big gluts of traffic through from all different directions, when people stop on the yellow box, the traffic coming from the M25 can't go anywhere because there's people blocking the box. So you end up getting this dangerous situation where the traffic then backs up onto the M25 all the way from here, and it backs right up into Thurrock. It's amazing how far, just because people stop on the yellow box, it backs up for miles because of that. So, sorry, yeah, things like yellow box cameras, I'm just in favour of it, because it causes so much gridlock when people block boxes, especially on major intersections like this. I was trying to give Bartek a ring, but I think Dan's on the phone to him. Oh no. Evening, you handsome beast.
Hello, how are we doing?
Yeah, I'm alright, not too bad.
3.
Yeah, I've just put 3 up here which are ready for alignment now.
Which is it? Site 4?
Oh, that's a good question, I've got no idea. He belongs on the fucking sunshine bus. Rainbows and fairy dust.
Perfect. Lock it down.
Lock her down. Problems, Bartek?
Sorry, so I don't want to scare you away, do you know what I mean? I want to get the job done.
Yeah.
I don't want to piss you off, so you go home on me.
Yeah, we're not going to do a fucking... Alright? We're fucking 18, alright? We're born ready. It's too late for this shit. I should be in bed.
Are you on phone to Bartek?
I am indeed. I thought I'll align these ones while I'm here. It makes sense. So these 3 are almost done now. This is literally how the nights go. This is it. I'd probably suggest you might as well just sit in your van over there and just... because these are almost done. I'm on the second camera. There's 3 on this column to do. So once I've done these 3, you can get on the phone to Bartek and align those 2.
Alright, Tom. Pull your finger out.
Sorry, the camera guys just asked me to talk through what I'm doing, but I'm so cold, if you gave me a 5-year-old's math test, I'd fail it. I'm just fitting some upgraded cables onto these cameras because they've got some anti-interference filters built onto them. Shivering, not making any sense. Oh, you motherfucker. The boss of the company, working in the cold. Danny, babe, I'm gonna run to Limehouse because I just want to go and check on those boys there. Those 3 over there are aligned. Next stop, it is 12:30. Actually, we're not doing too bad. So the next stop...
About fucking time.
Right, so I've programmed Siri to say that every time I put my phone onto charge. It sort of makes me smile, you know, in some sort of sad way, I don't know. Right, Limehouse, 13 miles, half an hour, done, let's go. Dan is up there, he's finishing those off, we're good. All right, everybody, so it's just gone, was it 1:30, half 1? It's somewhere around there, between 1 and 2. So we've just got to one of the jobs that the boys are working at now. So what we're doing here is some enabling works. So these columns, these lighting columns, these have all got to come out to allow some enabling works for other contractors to do some work. So we've got to take those out, but because we're taking those out, it's going to leave the platform in darkness. And then the guys are installing some new fittings on the top of the bridge up here, which we'll try and get an overlay now of that. And then we're going to have, in theory, a nice long line of high level light running all the way down the bridge, and that'd be like a long-term temporary solution to allow other works to take place. And then once that's done, the columns, new columns, can go back in. That's the plan. We're going to leave these boys to get on with it because I have to go home. I've got to get some sleep because I'm in Fulham at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's my first domestic job for about a year. It's a previous client of mine, and I'm not entirely sure how to fix this. This fan is wired off this light, and I've got to make it separate. I don't really know how I'm going to do it. Unless we can invent wireless electricity, there's not really a lot of options here. There are some people that love testing probes, you know, the 2 probes, and then you've got the LED lights which light up. It doesn't matter how much I've tried them, I just can't. I don't feel confident with them. Just a good old-fashioned fluke, just with a proper LCD display. You just can't go wrong with those. Right, we've got power, so... Can you do me a favour, Mr. Cameraman? Can you turn the light switch on, please? Okay, right, we've now altered it so that the feed for the fan was fed on the switch side of the light fitting. So I've just changed it to permanent live, and we've now got a PIR operated fan. Done. You'll notice that I've got moobs. Okay, my gym. This is unfortunately a downside of gym and training. I now have boobs, and if I keep going, I'm gonna need a bra. But I also don't care. So the client was then asking, we're in the living room downstairs, and there's a light here, that one. They've got 2-gang switch, and they wanted to know what this one here does, because they've literally just moved in, but as it transpires, it's not actually connected to anything. It's a spare switch, which I think does some, there was going to be wall lights right where you're standing now. There was going to be a wall light there, and I think the client just changed their mind at the last minute and didn't bother fitting the wall light, but the switch is here for it, so it works. That's all that matters. That's a good cup of tea. There are houses you go into, and it's one thing I don't miss about domestic. Sometimes you go into a house and you want to wipe your shoes on the way out, but this is a beautifully clean house, and yeah, she makes a good cup of tea. That's a good cup of tea. It's really simple, right? If you have tradesmen in your house, right, just make them a cup of tea, right? They will go the extra mile. They will help you out so much if you just smile and give them tea. That's all you got to do. That's a good tea. Well, Iggy, I have to say I'm disappointed, man. I didn't think our relationship would get to this point, but it appears it has. I text you and you just don't respond. Yeah, it's all very disappointing, mate. And meanwhile, your brother Victor, he's here working the grind, Right, Iggy, send, done. Right, everybody, so we've done that job over in Seven Sisters. I'm now coming back here, and we're going to load up the cherry picker because we've got a job over in Reading that's just come in for a traffic camera that's gone down. I don't know, they've emailed it, but I don't actually know, I don't really know what it is. They've just told me to take a spare camera head with me, so I'm going to go and, in fact, I'll get that now. That is a Mark II camera head. And they said take some spare cables, so we'll take those. Do you know what, I'm going to take a second spare camera head because I know my luck. I'll get there and that one won't work. I've had that before. Oh, fuck. That's a Mark II. Okay. Our Transit is still sitting in the garage waiting for, I think, an insurance assessor is going to go and have a look at it and decide whether it's worth repairing or not. I'm actually not sure whether it is or not. I've got a feeling that they're just going to write it off. I don't think it's going to be worth repairing. To look at it from the front, it actually looks okay. When you look at it, the bumper's a bit mangled, but it looks pretty good. And you look at it, you think, oh, it looks fixable, but the problem is the bumper's bounced back. But I mean, like the crash bar behind it's gone, the radiator's gone, the pump for the high ab, the crane on the back, that's gone because you turn it on and smoke just billows out. And then there's little things like the pump, you have to get that repaired with the high ab company, and like there's just lots of moving parts now, and it's just, is it worth repairing? Probably not, I don't think, but we'll see. Maybe it is. That'll do. Cone sign truck. Right, we've got everything. See you in a sec. That is one of the dangers that we face. That's one of the reasons I don't like working in places like this. You'd think big straight open roads like this are nice and easy, but what happens is that people spank it up the bus lane doing like 40, 50 mile an hour, and you have, well, it's not unheard of to have accidents because people just go so fast. I actually prefer it on smaller, narrower roads because it slows the traffic down. We are literally going up now, so give me 10 minutes and I'll buzz you. What is it, just camera swap, is it?
Well, can we try the cables first, if that's all right? Just swap the cables first.
All right, give me 5 minutes, I'll swap the cables over and I'll give you a shout back.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
All right,
Thanks
see you in a
so
bit,
much.
fella.
All right.
Cheers,
All
mate.
right, thank you.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Right, I've swapped those cables over, so I don't know if you want to see if she's online, perhaps.
Yeah, I'm just
Sometimes it reboots and sometimes it doesn't. So, nope, that was not enough. Needs a camera head. Various people mention how big this helmet is, all right? And it is big, I know it is. But it has a full face shield visor built in. And when you're putting these into commando socket, when you're plugging into commando sockets and stuff, it's just nice to have it. I just like it. It's just nice to have that full face protection sometimes. I just like it. But it's big, I know. Yeah, this is a good example. You see it better from up here. So what happens, and it's one of the reasons I don't like working on these roads, although it's a 30-mile-an-hour limit, what invariably ends up happening is because it's such a long open road, people spank it down to doing 50, and that's not uncommon. And you know, at 40, 50 mile an hour, you've only got to be tuning the stereo or looking at your radio or arguing with your missus or any other number of things. And it does. We had a close scrape in Birmingham, I think it was, and we'd set all our TM out like this, and somebody just, we actually don't know. They couldn't believe it. This guy in his Zafira, it was Vauxhall Zafira. It was an old piece of shit. And he just ploughed through it missed us, luckily, but just ploughed through all of our cones, ploughed through all of it. And he just carried on going, completely oblivious. Absolutely didn't care the fact that he nearly took out two of us, just wasn't interested. And we were up in the buckets, there's nothing we could do. You just sort of hold on and hope for the best, like, you know? You ready for this? It's gonna blow your mind. Traditionally, when I bought a bag of zip ties like that, I always used to get a knife and cut the end. But if you just rip a hole in the middle like that, you take your zip ties out and they're still nicely in the bag. So you can throw the bag down, throw it in and out your truck, and you won't have zip ties everywhere. I learned that off Jay. That's a great way of keeping zip ties neat.
Hi, Tom.
Hey fella, right, she's online with, well, she's swapped out with new cables. Right, so she's gone up, so it's now, their back-end office is just calibrating it and doing whatever they've got to do. So I'm just sitting tight waiting for a second, and if we've got to align it or anything, then we'll align it or take the whole thing down, sometimes depends. So we now get to sit in a bucket in the warm weather and just sort of chill out. Well, I want to get a little table here, some crisps and snacks. I need a lighter helmet. I take it off because it's too heavy. The amount of people, when you sat up here, who are doing everything except driving in their car. Like that Donny right there, he's on his fucking phone. The one behind staring at us. The one behind is also staring at us. Like, loads of people just use their phone. Absolutely loads. They're taking a picture of us. She's a proper sour bitch. What's the matter with her?
What did she do?
I just gave her a little wave. Don't drive in a fucking bus lane then, love. That's not my fault.
Yeah.
I'm just a guy fitting it. Like, what, really? This lane, for instance, is a really good example. It's so clearly signposted that this is a bus lane. It's so clearly signposted for about half a mile. Super early warning. No one listens. Everybody just drives down the bus lane, you know? Well, yeah, I get it. I understand why they're fitting it, you know, because no one obeys the rules of the road. So, yeah, it's just one of those things. It's we don't like them, but it's a necessary evil. Same as traffic wardens. You didn't have traffic wardens, everybody would park wherever the fuck they want. It's the same thing. You know where we are if you need us.
Yep. All right, thanks so much.
All right, have a good weekend, Wayne. Cheers, mate.
All right, you too. Okay, thank
Bye.
you. Okay.
Done. Apparently that's working now, so that's all good. Back to HQ. All right, everybody, we're back here. We've done our jobs now for the rest of the week. It's now Friday, so I've got to play musical cars here. I've got to get that van somehow in that space there. My truck's got to come in because I've got some work to do with it. That's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. We really do appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe because it does make a difference. I will see you, hopefully, if we've got our act together, in a week's time, but maybe two. Hopefully a week. Before we end this video, I would like to ask, that damage on the side of the truck there, I must have been in touch, honestly, with probably half a half a dozen different body shops, mobile repair people on Instagram, and they're either too busy or they're just not interested. There has to be somebody inside the M25 that can fix this. I refuse to accept that it can't be done, all right? There's a lot of talented people, okay? If anybody knows someone who can fix that, do me a favor, please get them to get in touch with me. I'll leave my email address on the screen, or I'll leave a number here that'll take you straight to Emma in the office. She deals with all this sort of stuff. Do me a favor, please reach out, because it honestly, it irritates me driving something that's damaged. I really hate it. So please get in touch. If you know somebody, send them a link, get them to get in touch, and I'll get it repaired. I know one of the things we had an issue with, people couldn't get it in their body shops because it's 3.3 meters high, okay? Renault Master, medium wheelbase, but it's 3.3 high.